Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight. These will be my personal selections, and I do hope that you enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be Wind Up, Arsenal, Zen Mayo. There is 3 variants here. There's not really much going on with these. Obviously, original OG Prince, dawning from the very infamous, legendary, nostalgic Order of Chaos. Very, very great set here. As a high rarity of Secret Rare. For the longest time, this used to be a solo print. We got some pretty trashy reprints with that rare and that ultra, but it's all about the Secret Rare in my personal opinion. We're going to go ahead and take a look at first editions exclusively, near mint lightly played. First edition lightly played, market value is going to be roughly around 5 bones for the first couple 2 here, and then there is a stack of 2 here for, again, roughly around 5. Near mint goes to almost about 6 bones. We're going to go ahead and switch over to bulk pricing for stacks. There's 2 pricings here for availability for multi-purchase, and increases significantly here. Core TCG, Fantastic Seller, 13 bones for near mint first edition. For a 4 stack, and then continues to trickle up there for the next set of stacks. So all around, really, really great card. Next is going to be Tornado Dragon. We have 2 Secret Rare variants. We have the original Maximum Crisis Secret Rare, and then we have the Battles of Legends Relentless Revenge Mirrored Secret Rare, and then we have a Common and Ultra Rare, which are pretty much just rendered useless. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the OG original core set Maximum Crisis Secret Rares first. And these are insanely affordable. Lightly played first edition is around 3 bones for refactor and shipping. Near mint is roughly around 4 bones. And that's just insanely affordable for this card. We're going to go ahead and take a look at stack pricings. There is the 3 stack of 3 here for a single playset for 4 bones for near mint first edition. And a 4 stack here for 6 bones. And then increases significantly to 15 bones after that. So quickly articulates value after these 2 first. But these are some really affordable price points, especially for these 4 bones for this playset here, only being that they are near mint first edition. Excellent side card. This is one of a really great staple side card in almost all of my extra decks. I use this. Really fantastic artwork too. Fantastic artwork, amazing high rarity of Secret Rare, generic rank 4, really multi-usable, really great stuff. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the mirrored Secret Rares from Battles of Legends Relentless Revenge. Again, no discredit to this one. It's obviously not as competitive to get as the original Maximum Crisis prints, but still just as aesthetically pleasing in my personal opinion. And these are even more affordable, rightfully so. They're roughly around 2 bones for near mint first edition copies. 5 pages of availability. We're going to switch over to bulk pricing. Unfortunately, there is only a single stack of 4. Lightly played first edition for about 2 bones for refactor and that bone for shipping. So really great stuff. Again, out of all these, really the Secret Rares, these are so affordable. It's in easy and in pretty much in abundance, at least for the first couple stacks. You can just definitely go for these, more specifically the original one, because it's so insanely affordable. An amazing extra deck card. Next is going to be Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy's got a really crazy long name. Only 2 prints of this, and this is a relatively older card, so it's pretty incredible that it still only has 2 prints. Last one dawning as a special edition super rare promo here, which is going for pretty good money. Now, I'm not a big fan by any means for the majority of gold stuff. I mean, I like the Ghost Gold hybrids from Haunted Mine. I like the 2008, 2009 Gen 1 and 2 original gold set cards. Those look really fantastic. They're going for some really great value. But for some cards specifically, this was a terrible set, terrible rarity. A lot of the cards just come out way too dark and they just look really nasty. This actually looks really good. I really like this card a lot. This is one of the only premium golds, secret golds, amongst another card I'm going to showcase here for you guys later on in the showcasing. This does not do it justice. Again, TCG Player uses some really janky stock photos here. They're just really blurred and just look really terrible, and the cards look completely different up close in real life in person, and it looks very good. I promise you. I think there's few to none people that don't like this specific card, not this whole entire rarity, but specifically this card. Another generic 8. Rank 8s are my favorite XYZ monsters of all time. Black's my favorite color, so I just am like borderline obsessed with XYZs. They're by far my favorite extra deck monsters and mechanic. Really, really fun. And this is by far one of, I think, in my personal opinion, some White Mexican theory for you guys, one of the most strongest rank 8s of all time. Just insane good control behind this card. A 3K beater, and it's generic 2 level 8s, so which is really, really great. Okay, so moving on, this is good money. 14 bones starting market price for lightly played first editions. These are all pretty much 1 stacks. There's a couple 2 stacks here. When we get to the 14 bow mark, there actually is a 4 stack here for lightly played for 14. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to bulk prices. There is only 2 prices for bulk multi-purchase, a 4 stack and a 3 stack, and then again the lightly played first edition copies are 14 bones. So incredible card. Again, this is really going to be the only variant of interest. I mean, the super rares, yeah, if you want it for just playability purposes, then you obviously have the super rares, but even then they're still pretty pricey for being, you know, special edition promo supers. It's better than an ultra rare though, I'll give it that. So moving on here, we have again another infamous, fantastic generic rank 8. I love this card. This is an insanely old card, really, really good. This card had its own tin, really legendary stuff. We have 2 secret rare variants. We have this, I'm not even going to comment on this one here. We have the original Galactic Overload, original core set secret rares, and we have the mirrored secret rares from the 2012 secret rare tin promo. Is really, really great. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the OG prints first. The artwork is just fantastic. Heretics in general is a really interesting mechanic. Back in the day, they were a really, really strong deck core, and a lot of them have really great artwork. This in particular, like, is going to be like forever my all-time favorite. Overlord just looks so amazing, and Overlord was actually an operational name for D-Day, the invasion of Nazi-occupied France in the city of Normandy. So that was I'm a total World War II nerd, so it's just I like doing little, like, you know, history ties and connections, and just, you know, cardboard theory and World War II history is just awesome. That'd be a really cool idea. I think, like, if Konami made like a World War II themed deck core, I think that would be I'd be all over that. I think that'd be really, really cool. Okay, so again, a generic rank 8, 3K beater as well, and just all around high rated secret rare, fantastic card, light, all that great stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the market value for this. So around 6 bones. First edition light played, 6 bones pretty much all across the board. Near mints are going to go up to about 8 bones. There is 3 pages of availability. We're going to check bulk prices for stack. Apparently there are no bulk prices available for this card, unfortunately. There is a 2 stack here. Goes up to 9 bones. There is 3 pages of availability, and it does look like that's accurate. There is not play sets or higher available for multi-purchase for this copy. But fear not, there is, again, the 2012 tin secret rare promo, which, you know, even though this doesn't have the first edition stamp, because it's very much a promo, that's fine. They weren't manufactured in first edition. Still very, very great. Again, a high rarity secret rare, and extremely old. 2012 was a significant amount of time ago, so definitely holds some good value in my personal opinion. And this is incredibly affordable, significantly more affordable. And I'll make the argument that because this is so much more affordable, I mean, what was the other one, like 6 bones for lightly played first edition copies of the original core set. This one's like a bone, 2 bones with shipping, extremely more affordable. So I'd beg to argue to get this copy. I mean, it's still very much secret rare, and again, 2012 was a long time ago, and a lot of tin promos are going up in value for the older ones. Bulk pricing, starting up, we got a play set here for near mint. Is going to go for roughly around 2 bones, and then for the next stack of 6, it's going to go to about 3. 2 pages availability, so that's definitely a nice alternative, affordable option for you guys if you so choose. Next is going to be Abyss Dweller. So Abyss Dweller, for the longest time, so many people wanted this in Ultimate Rare, me included. I thought it was amazing that finally in OTS 13, really cool that it happened in 13, because 13 is my favorite number, and it was really great that we got Abyss Dweller as the high rarity of Ultimate Rare in this set. Before I get into this one, I do want to take note of the other variants. There was, of course, the Abyss Rising, original print core set 1's first edition super rares, and then, of course, there was the Secret Forces first edition supers, which are really great. This is For the longest time, I really liked this one because the original print used to be significantly more expensive compared to the mirrored super rare reprints, but these have actually calmed down a lot. So I'm actually going to showcase the original super rare prints first, and you'll see that these have really calmed down a lot. They're extremely affordable, and this card is just one of the most fantastic rank 4 generic amazing artwork. I really love this artwork a lot. This reminds me of like Tomb Raider. If you guys ever played Tomb Raider like in the 90s, early 2000s for Gen 1, PlayStation 1, there was a level where like I can't remember, like you're like going through this cave and there's like water, you know, you like have to swim through water, and there's like alligators and poisonous snakes and sharks and a whole bunch of crazy terrifying things. And there's a specific level, I want to say, I think it was Tomb Raider 3, because I think it was like a cave with water in it in like the jungle or something, and you're like swimming through it, and there's like alligators and stuff, and it's really creepy. And I don't know, this little like corridor or hallway like cave with like the monster in the corner kind of reminds me of that, but really great artwork. Moving on here, so around 2 bones. Lightly played first editions are around 2 bones before you factor in shipping. Same for these near mints. These are all pretty much 1 stacks. Looks like there's 4 pages of availability. If we switch to bulk prices, there is unfortunately only a single stack of 4 here. They are near mint first edition for 3 bones before you factor in shipping. So obviously not a lot of availabilities for bulk prices, but this is still relatively affordable. I mean, for such an amazing generic card. Again, great rarity. Great set, great artwork. There's a lot of really awesome things going on. So if you guys want to pick up heavier bulks, you could try the alternative. Again, Secret Forces, a really notorious set. This was the Necros set originally, and there's a lot of great cards that come out of here, such as first edition super rare Vanity's Fiend. And then, you know, the Royal Decrees are nice too. I'm like borderline obsessed with Royal Decrees. So disregard these unfortunate souls, and we're going to go ahead and move directly into the OTS Pack 13 Ultimate Rares. So obviously this is the highest rarity that we have in the TCGP, or the TCG. Amazing high rarity. These look so gorgeous. For quite some time, I like to shop online, mostly on eBay, sometimes on Let It Go. And then also on Facebook. Facebook has been kind of like the key notice for the majority of my collection pickups. I've actually been pondering on this idea, so I've been getting in some pretty bulky mail of late, and I've been really kind of arguing with the idea of getting one of my friends to record me and kind of do like these mail day opening things for some of the little mini collections that I've invested in, to kind of showcase to you guys, give you a better idea of kind of the things that I'm really interested in and things that I'm personally investing in. You know, I don't only showcase this material, but a lot of this stuff I am personally invested in myself. The White Mexican invests in these things, and these are kind of just like paints a color of the variants that I go after. So something I'm kind of toying with right now. Hopefully I can bring that to reality soon enough for you guys, and maybe you guys will enjoy that, change it up, try to do a little different content here. But moving on, it looks like the first English copies lightly played. Again, this is OTS, so don't worry about first edition. They weren't manufactured. It's going to be 65 bones. Then near mint, it's going to go up to around 66 after you factor in shipping. There is a first play set here of a stack of 3 for around 69 for near mint, so it's pretty awesome. There's 5 pages availability. We're just going to quickly switch over to verify the bulk pricing. So there's the 69 stack of 3, and then it quickly goes to 100 and then 115 bones after that. So some significant increases for the rest of the bulk pricings. I think Facebook is definitely one of the ideal platforms to get this card as opposed to TCGP, but that's just kind of been my my experience on the matter. Okay, next is going to be Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. This has some really amazing prints. This used to be like a generic one of in like everyone's extra deck. It was just a one of. It was really great. Again, some fantastic rarities. Yes, it's definitely washed down significantly through the metagame. It's nowhere near quite as devastating as it used to be, but still an interesting, you know, like nice techie card. And the biggest thing is it has really cool rarities. So that's what I'm going to say about this. And the history behind this card, so many players, it's like a beloved card for quite a good chunk of the era of the game. So Astral Pack 7, highest rarity says Ultimate Rares. We're just going to go ahead and dip into this first. Of course, we're going to be looking at near mint and lightly played. 35 bones for lightly played. If you want near mint, it goes up to around 37. Happens to be a 2 stack. There's 3 pages of availability. Let's check bulk prices. There's a few bulk prices. Goes well, 37 for this playset, and then almost doubles for about 64 for this playset. So not really a lot of bulk prices for this. Again, really great rarity, really great colors. Kind of reminds me of like Carnival Cotton Candy here. Astral Pack 7 is obviously insanely old. Another great generic rank 4. Something I think is extremely underrated is the Duelist Saga. So if you guys have been watching my content, Duelist Saga, I'm a huge advocate for Duelist Saga and DT and Shonen Jump ultra rare promos. I completely despise, I'm utterly disgusted by ultra rares, but there are a few exclusive, a small pocket of the market that I do enjoy, including again those areas, and Duelist Saga is very much among them. Duelist Saga still to the day is very unique because this specific rarity, you can see like these kind of like lightsaber beam looking parts of the holofoil. It has not been reproduced. Konami has not reproduced. It's very unique on its own merit alone. This is the only set, the standalone set, that has made this specific rarity. Who knows if they're going to make it again or not. As of now, they have not, so this set stands out. This is a very exclusive type of ultra rare, and that's why it's unique, and that's why I don't consider it the same as standard ultra rare. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Duelist Saga all came first edition. I've never seen an unlimited Duelist Saga set, so that's kind of interesting. But we're gonna go ahead. This is insanely affordable. Near mint first edition copies, obviously like under a bone. It's insanely affordable. We're gonna go ahead and just switch over to stacks because this is so insane. Again, here's a playset for under a bone. Near mint first, another playset, a lot of playsets here, and then it goes to not even 2 bones a pop for a 5 set. No, so not like huge major stacks, but this is just insanely affordable. And this rarity is just gorgeous. So by far for the price, I think this is the most ideal investment. But then of course you have the original Duelist Alliance super rares. Again, these cards are just so incredibly affordable. I wouldn't even waste your time. I mean, you could just completely just burn these in someone's house. But for this one specifically, it's the Megaton reprint. It mirrors the original, but these are so affordable that you might as well just go for the original core set, first edition exclusively, because these are just insanely affordable. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these. Again, they're like under a bone for first edition near mints. I mean, even for a stack of 4, that's very, very incredible. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to bulk prices just to take a quick gander. Again, a 5 stack. Here's a fat 37 stack near mint first edition for under a bone. Incredible. And there's even 2 pages of bulk prices for first edition exclusively. So again, if you're not going to go for the Duelist Saga first editions, then of course I have the Duelist Alliance original print super rares are going to be ideal. Obviously you're going to have to struggle a little bit harder for the ultimate rares, being that they are the Astral Pack 7 variants, but these 3 again are going to be the ideal variants. I really would cut out the other 3. They're pretty much rendered useless. Next is going to be number 101 Silent Honor Arc. So this is the original ultimate rare, highest rarity of ultimate rare here from Legacy of Valiant. Wasn't a big fan of this set. There wasn't really a bunch of really cool stuff. This is around the time, I believe, that Abyss Rising came out with the Mermail Atlantean stuff, which was really, really cool. That era of gaming was really, really awesome. I love that deck. I think that's a pretty big fan favorite deck. A lot of people seem to really enjoy that, myself included. And water stuff in general is just pretty awesome. I have a fascination with water support stuff. Really great artwork. Terrible picture. You can't really see it. Again, another just awesome generic rank 4 amazing card here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at lowly played first editions are going to be 34 bones is going to be the starting market price for lightly played first edition. It's going to go up to 38 for near mint first edition. There's 2 pages of availability. If we switch over to bulk prices, there is a single stack of bulk prices for 1 single playset, and it goes up to 46 bones before you put in this 75-cent shipping. So really not a lot of availability for bulk prices. Really quickly, I wanted to see if there's any 2 stacks. There is a 2 stack here for roughly around 38 plus the shipping for this 2 stack for near mint first edition. So just be aware of that. Obviously the ideal variant, most sought after, highest rarity. There are of course For this, it's a little rough for this one because the ultimate rare really is the only option, in my personal opinion, for really top dollar investment. Of course, you have the original ultra rare first editions, which are relatively, significantly more affordable because they are the disgusting rarity of ultra rare. Because this has really great artwork, that is kind of going to be your one of your better choices if you're not going to go for. And again, if you go for the ultimate rare, please, for the love of God, go first edition. If you're going to go big, go all out and get first edition. Don't get unlimited ultimate rare. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, so there was a super rare variant that was produced from Wing Raiders. And honestly, this is how much I hate ultra rare. I would personally, if I'm not gonna get the first edition ultimate rares, I'll shamefully admit right now, what I'm running in my builds, I have a first edition ultra because I'm not super fancy. I don't have the ultimate first edition. But if I had them, I would much prefer the first edition super rare reprints from Wing Raiders. These are insanely cheap, and I just can't do the ultra rare thing. It's the only copy I have right now, so it's kind of just, it is what it is for me. These are obviously under a bone, extremely affordable, but again, it's an all-around amazing card. So that is Silent Honor for you guys. Next is going to be Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. This is such an amazing card. If you have the room for it, and I know the extra deck gets really tight, it's pretty difficult to cram it down, but I believe that probably you should have one copy of these in pretty much almost any build. This is such an amazing board flipper, game changer. This is reminds me almost of kind of like a evenly match. It can really just completely turn the tables on your opponent when you're in a pinch. One thing you'll notice is just interesting. The original Legacy of Valiant Secret Rare and the mirrored Secret Rare from the 2014 Megatins, they're both Secret Rare, but the Secret Rare foiling is different. The mirrored reprint rare from the Megatin is actually more predominant. It's more kind of sparkly and flashy, and just you can see it better, and it's kind of just more flashy. And then the original core set one is lighter, but it's more embedded, it's more detailed, and you can kind of see the coloring, the internal coloring a little bit better. So these are different. You can very noticeably different. They're both standard secret rare, but they're just different. It's hard to explain. They're different tones of secret rare, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the original print first, Legacy of Valiant, first editions exclusively, of course. And starting market price of this is going to be 11 bones for lightly played, and then near mint's going to go up to roughly around a little over 12 after you factor in shipping. There is our first bulk pricing here for roughly around 14 bones, near mint first edition for a stack of 3. There's 4 pages of availability. There is some German ones, so there's some first Auflage. I love European cards. So there's if you want German ones, European Deutsch, there's 4 stack near mint first edition for 20. For English, there's a 4 stack here. The starting market price is almost 27 bones for near mint first edition. So relatively pricey, seeing how you can get mirrored secret rare from just shorter on later 2014 Megatins. And these are going for pretty much about half price. Lightly played first editions are going to go for about 5 bones. For lightly played near mint, it's going to be about 6. There's a fat stack of 6 right here for near mint first edition for 6. So that's pretty nice. There is 6 pages of availability, and it looks like there's quite a bit, significantly more availability on the market for the bulk prices here. So completely up to you guys. Personally, because this one is literally takes the market value and cuts it in half because it's a reprint. This is still has the first edition stamp. It's still mirrored rarity of secret rare. There's no looking down on that, and it's just an amazing card in general. So it's Exciton Knight for you guys. And next is going to be Levier the Sea Dragon. By far, this is my all-time favorite rank 3. This is a really special card to me. I came back into the game right after high school, the summer after high school in 2011. So the summer of 2011, and Generation Force popped off, and we got XYZs, and it was just such a very, very special time. I really hope that you guys are old enough to remember that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was such a legendary transition, and and it was such a beautiful time to come back in the game. At the time, I didn't quite think so, because I didn't think, because I was getting dominated by like 6 samurais and like Kurikuri and like Gladiator Beast and Lightsworn and all this really great legendary decks of that era. But it was a good time. At the end of the day, it was a really, really good time. You know, Extreme Victory had just coming out. We got Tour Guide, and it was a really great time. Okay, so obviously this is the highest rarity of the Ultimate Rare Original Variation, Generation Force core set here, and this is going for some really, really good money. First edition Ultimate Rare copies, lightly played, is 120 bones, and then if you want near mint, it goes up to 135. There is a 2-stack here for lightly played first editions for 140. 2 pages of availability. And then there's a 2-stack here of near mint first edition for 150. So not a lot of bulk prices by any means for this. Amazing rarity of Ultimate Rare. Amazing transitional set. This was the set that gave us XYZ monsters. I love XYZ monsters. My favorite mechanic. I love black, and it was just an amazing, has amazing value for its history merit. This was the set that gave us XYZs, just like Duelist Genesis was the set that gave us Synchros and gave us Stardust Dragon and all that, its infamy. So really great stuff. Of course, there's some alternative variants. You have the ultra rares from the original core set as well. You have the 2012 super rare tin promos, and you have this common, and all these across the board are going for good money. This is just, again, it has amazing artwork, it has an amazing effect, and the best thing is the history merit behind this card was just like, it was one of the first XYZ cards, and it's just such a legendary card. If you're not going to get the first edition Ultimate Rares, I would personally recommend you get the tin super rares. Again, these are tin promos, so they're not going to have first edition stamps. Lightly played, it's going to be roughly around 5 bones, and near mint's going to be roughly around 6. I'm going to go ahead and switch these over really quick. And these are all 1-stacks here on the first page. There's 5 pages availability. It looks like there's a single stack of bulk pricing, so 2 play sets near mint for 8 bones, and then there's this right here. So alright, that's gonna be Levier, ladies and gentlemen. Next is gonna be, of course, if I showcase Levier, how could I go without running its parallel? Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Now this card is totally for collector's value. This card, even, well, right when it first came out, when Tour Guide was really popular, and you know there's only one print of Tour Guide, this was a meta card. This was almost like exclusively the card that you would go into with your Tour Guide, if not Levier Dragon. And it was just a beater, you know, it was slow, and you know, you try to do the whole combo with Sangan and do the search, and there was the whole like conspiracy theory and stuff behind that. This has amazing history merit. Again, it's from Generation Force, which is a transitional set. Amazing history merit, and this thing just has ridiculously amazing rarities. I mean, we have Ghost Rare, we have Ultimate Rare, we have the 2011 Collector Tin Secret Rare promos. These are ideally really the only ones that I really focus on. Of course, there is the Starlight Rares or the Star Foil Rare for the first edition exclusively. Those are kind of nice too. But these 3 here, what I want you guys to focus on, some incredible stuff. Again, this is going to be exclusively for collectability purposes. This isn't really going to see much of ever play. Maybe if there's like a deck archetype core that comes out based around this card with like new support, maybe, or you get like special effects for having number 17 on your board, or that change the names. I'm not really sure, but again, the artwork, phenomenal. The history merit, amazing. The rarities, the best part. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Of course, first editions exclusively. Lightly played first edition is surprisingly under 100 bones. I'm really, really surprised that you can get a first edition copy and condition of lightly played under 100 bones. I don't think that's going to last very long. Here's a European Italiano one. It's pretty cool. So yeah, like 86 bones for lightly played first editions, and then if you want near mints, it looks like there's 3 pages of availability here. Near mints go up to just the Phantom over 100 bones. This one's 105 after you factor in shipping. Be aware of this though. Then there's pretty much the same thing here, 105 here for this variant. I only have a couple copies of these. You know, Ghost first edition myself. I think I have 3. I want to say I think I have a playset of this, which I bought while I was in Japan a long time ago. and I'm really happy for it. Is there so really quick, I just want to switch over to bulk prices. So there again, the near mint, the first most affordable stack, near mint first edition is almost 106 bones. So ideally this is going to be the best variant. Second up is going to be the same set generation force as the ultimate rare first editions. Not as aesthetically pleasing or as rare as the ghost, but still really great. And even these, this is still, I think this is an affordable price point. 20 bones for lightly played ultimate rare lightly played first edition is pretty incredible. Here's a 4 stack for lightly played first edition for 20 bones. I don't think that's going to last very long. We're going to go ahead and switch over to bulk prices. So this is kind of an idea of where the bulk price is. You know, obviously it continues to trickle up as you move down the line here, and the availability goes down. Such a really great card. I could talk about this card for quite some time. Some really great stuff. And lastly is going to be the 2011 tin promo secret rare, or 2011 collector's tin secret rare promo. Now these used to be like dirt cheap, and they still relatively should be from what I can recall. The Azure 2 stack lightly played for under a bone. Just out of curiosity, because this is something that you're going to really want to buy in bulk. See, that's where you see the significant increase. The first bulk prices for stacks as a 4 near mint is going to be 3 bones, and then you factor in shipping. There's a fat stack of 6 here for 4 bones, and just kind of trickles up. That's where it's interesting. That's where you want to pay attention to this card, is when you start to get to the bulk prices, it's going down. Not a lot of people have just a ton of these, because it's such an old card. It's such an old set. 2011 was you know, over a decade ago now, so some really great age to this. Obviously, if you have the onesie twosies, you know, they're like 1-2 bones, not really much of a big deal, but it's when you switch to the stacks, that's when you'll take note that this card is rapidly depleting on the market. And even though it is, and that's kind of like the special merit that goes into this, is if you look back at a lot of these older tin promos, the secret rare tin promos, the featuring tin boss cards, they're going for some really great value, and there's a really special place very quickly that these are going for the collector's market. So I would keep an eye on this card. Every time I see these in people's binders that are more specifically near mint, because again this is for collectability purposes, but even sometimes lightly played for a reduced amount, I pick these up because I think these are extremely undervalued. Alright, next is going to be a ban card, so still banned, still forbidden. Wind Up, Carrier, Zen Mighty. There's, of course, the ultra rare, standard ultra rares from same set, Order of Chaos, and I think there's, I don't know, beyond that, there's other variants, but this is the highest rarity as the ultra rare, of course, and we're going to go ahead and take a dip into this for the first editions. There's a French one, which is really cool. I feel like French is the most competitive European printed language cards to get. I don't see a lot of French stuff. Obviously TCGP is pretty flooded for the most part of recently with Italiano stuff. Sometimes you see some Deutsch German stuff, but French is kind of something that's a little less seen in my personal opinion. Anyway, so if you want this European French one, it's 23 bones for lightly played first edition. If this is English, it's about 25 bones for lightly played first edition. If you want near mint first edition, is this English? This is English here. It's going to be 31 bones. And there is 4 pages of availability. Let's take a look at bulk prices. Bulk prices increase relatively significantly. A stack of 4 here, near first edition for 36. Then bottoms out at a whopping 100 bones for a fat stack. My goodness. Phantasm Gaming holding it down with a fat 24 stack. That's incredible. I don't think I've seen anyone with 24 copies of Near Mint first edition Carrier. Alright, next is going to be the mains. Still to the day, this card only has 2 variants, Super Rare reprints and the original Photonic Shockwave Secret Rare. I call this set Photonic. I genuinely thought, like when I came back to the game when this set dropped, I thought it was called Photonic Shockwave, and then I just got so accustomed to calling it Photonic Shockwave. I think that's what it is. It's Photonic Shockwave, not Photon Shockwave. What is that? That doesn't exist. It's Photonic Shockwave. Alright, so we're going to be looking at first edition copies. So again, this, like, this was over 100 bone card. When this card dropped, it was so legendary. It was, like, pretty tough to get around, and everyone wanted this card. It has gorgeous artwork, gorgeous colors, very vivid, obviously high rarity of secret rare, and This was used, I mean, this was used all the way up to, I think, right up to about of Dino Rabbit Theory. Of course, this was, I believe this was the set that dropped the infamous Rabbit, Rescue Rabbit. That was a really sought after card. That was like a 100+ bone card as well. So the set was really significant when it first came out. And this card stuck around for quite some time, and for a while it was one of the strongest rank 3s in my personal opinion. And still to the day, with the age of this card being so old, and it's over a decade old now, and there's only 2 variants, which is pretty incredible. Okay, so lightly played first editions are 11 bones, and near mints go for about 12. There is 6 pages of availability. It looks like there's some bulk prices available. Near mint first editions, there's a fat stack of 13. It's a good number for 12 bones. So there's that. Near mint first edition right at the top, 12 bones. There you guys go. Really great stuff. Of course, there is the super rare variants. Again, nowhere near as aesthetically pleasing or as collectible as the original first edition secrets. But again, keep in mind, it's a tin promo, which some people like, some people don't like. I personally like tin promos specifically for the older ones because they're out of print, they're old. Sometimes they can get pretty hard to get when they get chewed up on the market. And obviously, yeah, it's not as nice as a secret rare, but this is still a really, really cool card. And I mean, it's holofoil. It is still very much super rare. I mean, it's not ultra rare. That's, you can say that much, which is pretty legendary. It's a good step in the right direction. Insanely affordable. Again, under a bone for even near mint copies here. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. Even bulk prices, and there's actually a significant, quite a availability here. Near mints for half bone for 17. A fat sack of 25 here for near mint for half bone. So plenty of availability all around. Plenty of pages, 5 pages availability for bulk prices. But again, Zen mains, ladies and gentlemen, such an amazing card. Alright, so we're going to step away from the XYZs now, and we're going to get into some more collector stuff. Blue Eyes White Dragon Anniversary Pack. This artwork, by far, is my favorite all-time artwork of this. I love the artwork of this. Really unfortunate that they made it ultra rare. The whole set was ultra rare, so I mean, kind of it is what it is. I love this artwork so much, and this is how much I love this artwork. I don't even care that it's ultra rare. It reminds me of it like Blue Eyes White Dragon is like taking over Disney World. It's on like Magic Tower, and you got the crescent moon behind and the stars, and it's got its wings all spread out, and it's just really, really great. I love this variant, and this is an extremely expensive collectible variant here. Starting market price is going to be 72 bones for lightly played. If you want near mint copies, they're going to continue to trickle up here. Near mint is going to go a phantom over 100 bones for 102 bones here. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk pricing. So bulk pricing, people flood the markets with this OCG stuff. Is this one English? Apparently this one's English. Nice. It almost looks super rare in this photo. Okay, so apparently this person has a playset for 85 roughly for lightly played, and then it kind of trickles up to some other price points here. So, all right, so this is pretty cool. Next is going to be another 2 variants of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack, this was totally milk to hell. Konami manufactured this in standard ultra rare, and then they did gold, and then they did secret, standard secret, then they did gold secret, and it was pretty insane. I love this artwork a lot. This set is the only set, to my understanding, that you can get this variant of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, just like the anniversary art, this is probably my second favorite artwork of Blue Eyes. Really, really great stuff. Really great deep secret holofoils here. And this card's worth really good money. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to sound like that guy that I knew this. I knew this was coming. White Mexican knew. I saw this coming. But when this set came out, I believe I was in Korea at the time when this set came out, and I bought several copies of this specifically for the standard secret first editions and for the gold secrets, which I'm going to get into shortly here. And they were insanely affordable, mass produced, everyone had them, just came out, and I I borderline knew that these were going to go up. Not very fast, not anytime soon, but over time I knew that they were going to increase in value because it is Blue Eyes White Dragon, and they are high rarity, secret rare, and the artwork is just fantastic in my personal opinion. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm very, very happy that I picked up several of these and that I own multiple stacks of these, because they're just, it's good stuff. It's good investment. All right, so starting market price for this is going to be lightly played first edition is going to be around 12 bones plus, and then near mint. Oh, there's some French ones, which is really cool. Okay, so 14 bones for near mint first editions, and English near mint first editions are going to be around almost 17 bones. There's 4 pages of availability. We're going to go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. There's a fat stack. See, Ghost Games had it right. They picked up on this early on. Fat stack of 85 near mint first edition for 17 bones. So that's all I need to know about that. Moving on, so the same set specifically for the gold secret rare variants. Now again, keep in mind, this is a terrible photo. This is a very, very terrible photo. The card looks nothing like this. It pretty much just looks like this one, except it has the gold around it. And it's not like that crappy, cheaply made gold. Like, no, this looks like a brick of gold in your face. Really nice, really shiny, not over predominant. It looks really, really good. I promise you guys will like this. I personally like it, at least. And this is going for good, relatively good money. It's interesting how this market price says like 14 bones, and then it just completely is like not. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, lightly played is going to be roughly around 4.5 after you factor shipping for lightly played. Near mints are going to go up to 9. So again, you see that significant increase from near mint to lightly played. Keep in mind, again, these are all limited edition. There was no manufactured first edition, so don't worry about that. What I'm more concerned about, 6 pages of availability, is going to be the bulk prices, which is what you'll notice about these cards. There is, specifically for the secret gold, there's a 13 stack, really nice, good choice on number, and then there's a 10 stack. And the 13 stack goes for almost 14 bones a pop, and then the 10 stack goes for 25. So a significant increase in value between these two. And there's only 2 listings of multi-purchase bulk pricing stack. That's what you need to take note of. This card is quickly going away. Obviously, this is a relatively old card, but those are the small details you guys need to pay attention to. Alright, next is going to be Drill Barnacles. So still, to the day, this is a solo print common from Generation Force. Again, amazing history merit, transitional set on that. Really great artwork. I really wish that they would have made this at least a super rare. This card is fantastic. I'm a huge anti-meta player. White Mexican loves himself some anti-meta plays, some tips and tricks. And I love this card. This card's a really, really fun card. It's water, it's level 3, it's aqua, and it gains a K every time it smashes your opponent, which is really cool, and it can attack directly. And I think it's simple, and it's fun, and it's good. And the best thing is that this is still a solo print. I kind of like how it's a solo print. It kind of makes it special, especially from this very infamous set. But at the same time, I really want like a secret rare. If they made this, if they decide to reprint it, make it a secret rare. Please, for the love of God, Konami, do not make this. I don't even know. This is so old, and this is kind of such an unsignificant card. It's significant to me. I personally love this card, but obviously it's gone through generations of the game, and it hasn't seen the light of day for a reprint. But if this happens to get a secret rare reprint, I'd even take a super rare. But more specifically, it has to be like an OTS super rare or something. I don't want like a cheap subset super rare. Like I want like a OTS super rare or a secret rare first edition stamp. Just it's gonna look so delicious. All right, okay, so this is insanely affordable, so we're just gonna go ahead and start out with bulk pricings. First edition lightly played is around 9.5 bone for a 3 stack. Near mint first edition 9.5 bone for a 5 stack. Here's a fat stack of 20 for again like about a half bone. So plenty of availability, 2 pages availability for bulk prices. All right, amazing card. Moving on is going to be Gravekeeper's Commandant. I love this card. Gravekeepers is one of my all-time favorite deck type, archetype, deck builds, whatever you want to call it. Amazing. I love it. These dawned all the way back in Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh!, in Pharaonic Guardian, And I love Egyptian styled stuff. Obviously, like the original Gen 1 stuff was based off of like Egyptian themed stuff, and it's really, really great. Special place in my heart, specifically for Gravekeeper stuff. High rarity of ultimate rare. Force of the Breaker. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the game during this set release. This was kind of the break in between me stopping around, I think it was around 2004, end of 2004, early 2005 was when I stopped, and then I came back in 2011 to get the full swing of Generation Force and all that stuff, tail end of Extreme Victory and all that. So amazing rarity. Anubis is my favorite Egyptian god. He looks so sinister, so amazing. He's got this black helmet. It's pretty juicy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some prices. Apparently there's only 2 listings for this, for the first edition Ultimate Rares. Lightly played first edition is 85 bones, and then there's a single stack of that, single copy of that, single copy of the near mint first edition for 180 bones. I'm so happy that I actually had 2 playsets of these. Was it 2 playsets? No, it was actually 5. I had 5 of these. I kept 2 first edition near mints, ultimate rares, and I traded one of my really good buddies 2 first edition ultimate rares. So my spare ones went off to him, and I kept my playset, and still I have a deck box in my cabinet with all my high rarity Gravekeeper stuff, and I'm a total Gravekeepers nerd. I love to whip it out and just enjoy its glamour. Alternative variants is going to be the Legendary Collections 3 Yugi's World Ultra Rares. Again, utterly despise Ultra Rares, but I have to kind of revamp my list. So Shonen Jump, discontinued Shonen Jump promo Ultra Rares, Duelist Saga Ultra Rares, DT Ultra Rares are fantastic, and of course Generation 1, now White Mexican Theory, what I consider Generation 1 LOB, through all the way to the 13th core set, Rise of Destiny. First editions exclusively, those ultra rares are make the bill, because Secret Rare was the ceiling. We couldn't go higher than Secret Rare. We didn't have Ghost Rares, eventually we got Ultimate Rares in Rise of Destiny, or Soul of the Duelist, I think was the first set that we got Ultimate Rares, Soul of the Duelist or Rise of Destiny. But you would have these Starlight Rares, all these crazy rarities, DT, all that stuff. It was non-thing. So Ultra Rare was really competitive. It was a big deal to pull. And Legendary Collection 3, as you guys probably know, is such an amazing set. I'm borderline obsessed with the set. I don't think I've made a single video where I didn't mention some kind of reference to the set. Really amazing. This is with Legendary Collection 4 Joey's World and Legendary Collection Kaiba are amazing sets. It's more specifically for the Secret Rare first editions, but some of the other holofoils are pretty great, this being among them. Okay, so first editions exclusively, like always, and these are going for some pretty incredible value, about 11 bones for lightly played first editions. Near mints, so apparently there's a near mint here for 11 as well, looking pretty nice. Let's see bulk prices. There is a 3 stack here, lightly played first edition for 11, and then near mint first edition stack for 12. So not a lot of availability for bulk prices for this variant. There are, of course, some other variants, not nearly as desired as the Ultra Rare, being that it is Legendary Collection Yugi's World. There's the Turbo Pack Commons. There's the Star Deck Mirror Commons, which are still going for pretty good money. I mean, Turbo Pack Commons are like 5 bones, apparently. It's the original. I'm pretty sure this was the... No, not the original. The original was Force of Breaker. Rares, which I wouldn't really disregard the first edition rares. I mean, even though they're not the ultimate rares, it's still very much the first set run print variant, which is pretty cool. So, alright, moving on is going to be the infamous Necro Valley. This alone is such an amazing card, depending on what your opponent's playing. This is such an amazing, just anti-meta side card in general. We have some really amazing rarities of this card. We have the Astral Pack 4 Ultimate Rares. We have the Duelist Saga Ultra Rares, which are really great. We have the Legendary Collection 3 Yugi's World Ultra Rares. We have the Pharaonic Guardian Super Rares. We have the Dark Revelation 1 Super Rare reprints, if you guys are into the Dark Rev stuff. More specifically, my favorites are the Generation 1 Pharaonic Guardian, because they have the magic stamp, which is really, really great. Cards used to be called magic cards, not spell cards, and that's just, if you know your history, it's some really great stuff. This got a new errata, which actually some people say it makes it more powerful, which I could see that. That's a pretty interesting assessment. So the text did change. Obviously, these ones are the original Gen 1 era, so they're gonna have the old text box. Let's go ahead and take a look at some first edition copies. And ideally, this is in my opinion, again, because it was the first print, they are holofoil as a super rare, Gen 1 era, and that they have the magic stamp is just what makes this the superior variant to collect, in my personal opinion. So these are roughly around 6-7 bones for lightly played. Near mint's going to go up to almost a phantom under 9. Here's a set of 2. Switch over to bulk prices. There are some bulk prices here. There's a playset here of first edition lightly played for about 7 bones, and then there is a playset of near mint first edition here for 15 bones. So really not a lot of availability for the original OG magic stamp variants. If you're not going to get these, which I highly recommend, just White Mexican Theory, I think this is like the ideal one to go for. Obviously the Ultimate is really nice, but it's ungodly expensive. So, and I value this one more. I mean, this one's so much more significantly older than this, and I'm just, Gen 1 is my bread and butter in the investment game for this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and switch over and showcase the Astral Pack 4 ultra rares, being that they're the highest rarity, and this looks very clean, very, very nice. This isn't a very good picture. This almost looks gold on here. It looks terrible. The real life card in person, up close and personal, is just fantastic. This orange, like ember gold looking, it just pops really well, and it just looks really great. Alright, starting market price for this is going to be a phantom over 100 bones, roughly around 103 bones for a near mint copy. Continues to trickle up after that. Looks like there's a couple of bulk prices available, so we're going to switch over to stack prices. Playset of near mint is going to be 132 bones, and then trickles up after that. Highest stack being 6 here. So credible card general, and again, obviously, I mean, you can even run this and use this as a tech sub card against your opponent. You don't even necessarily need to play Gravekeepers to run it. Alright, next is going to be another great Generation 1 card, specifically for the original prints, being Pharaonic Guardian. Lava Golem, I guess Karibo would take the slot for the first hand trap of the game, because it came out as a super rare in Mail Raiders, which is Gen 1, Set 2. But this is still almost as old, you know, still very much being Gen 1 core set of the game, first 13 core sets. We have the original Secret Rares, we have the Dual Terminal 3 Super Rares, which are holofoil, really, really great. I love DT. DT's discontinued. And they're potentially bringing it back with, what was it, the Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1, I believe. So it's going to be interesting, kind of curious how that's going to work out. So we'll see how that works. We have a Retro Pack Super Rare, Retro Pack 2 Super Rare, Dark Revs, Ultra Rare, so... but really, ideally, personally, for what it is, the DT Supers and the original first edition exclusively OG Secret Rare prints are going to be take the cake from me personally. Alright, so starting market price, lightly played first edition is going to be around 46 bones. If you want near mint first edition, it's going to increase significantly up to about 75. Again, not only do we have that price differentiation between lightly played first editions, but are unlimited in first edition. Now, of course, we have the price differentiation from lightly played first editions to near mint first editions, obviously increasing significantly. Be aware of this here. Near mint first editions for 75 apparently. Okay, 2 pages of availability. Is there any bulk prices? There is no bulk prices available for this and near mint lightly played first edition original variants. Any 2 stacks, there's all 1 stacks, and then there's a couple 2 stacks here. For our 2 stack near mint first edition is 94 bones, and then for near mint as well here, this is 99 bones. So incredible stuff. Amazing artwork. Again, even as a kid, I knew this card was, I loved this card even as a kid. Obviously, hand traps were not predominant by any means in Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a very, very limited usage. High rarity Secret Rare, and again, just Gen 1 fodder written all over it. Really, really legendary stuff. Next is going to be the DT3 Super Rares. These are really, really great. And these have increased significantly in value. For the longest time, I remember these were like 5, 8, 10 bones, and they went to like 15. And now the new market price is lightly played. They're going to go for 33 bones. If you want near mint, they're going to go up to 45 bones. There is a playset here for 45 near mint, and there's 2 pages of availability. And then it bottoms out with this playset for lightly played for 70. So some really great value. DT specifically for like holofoil DTs, like the super rares and ultra rares, just look ridiculously amazing. Even obviously the commons and rares look good too. DT is DT, just all around. Like, I love DT, but more specifically for the super rares and ultra rares, they just look ridiculously good in my opinion. Next is going to be Hellpoomer, more specifically for the Generation 1 first editions from Pharaonic Guardian. Again, this is just a prime example of one of those Generation 1 first edition ultra rares that is within tolerable range. We have the super rares from Dark Revs, which if you guys are into that, you guys can probably pick those up. And then Retro Pack 2. So these two are pretty nice too, but all around, because of the first edition stamp and being that this is the very first Generation 1 variant that were manufactured, this is what it's going to be all about for me personally for collectability values. Not a good card by any means, even like back in its initial release. I don't really recall much of anyone really running this card, at least personally I didn't. Amazing artwork, really amazing artwork. Of course, Generation 1 value written all over it for collectability purposes. And we're going to go ahead and look at some prices. Lightly played first edition copies are going to be around 24 bones, lightly played for lightly played first editions, and then near mints are going to go up to a whopping 50 bones, so more than double. Again, you're getting that price differentiation from not only first editions, but lightly played first editions to near mint first editions, double up to 50 bones, plus the shipping here. Okay, let's see if there's any bulk prices. There's 3 pages of availability. There is no bulk prices availability, apparently. There is a 2-stack here, lightly played first edition for 25 bones, plus 99-cent shipping. That's the only 2-stack on the first page. There's a 2-stack here, lightly played first edition for 70 bones, 2-stack here for 73-ish plus, so it goes away really quickly. And again, personally, this is going to be the target audience for first editions exclusively, but then of course you have the Retro Pack Ultra Rare, Retro Pack 2 Ultra Rares, and then the Dark Rev 1 Super Rares are going to be healthy alternatives too, but more specifically I would personally go for the first edition original prints. Alright, next is going to be a really great card, and all across the board this is going for pretty good money for like all variants here. We're going to go ahead and start with the top dog as the Ghost Rare, Photonic Shockwave, Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon as the Ghost Rare. Again, if you guys are going to go all out and get a Ghost Rare, you go first edition, dream big, have ambition, go all out. Lightly played first edition is going to be 126 bones. Near mints are going to be, there's a lot on here, so I'm just going to do this. Near mint first edition Ghost Rares are going to be 105 bones. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices here. It looks like there's one single bulk price, a stack of 4, lightly played first edition for 150 bones. Ideally, this is the rarity to go for collectability purposes and value and all that. Expensive card though. Alternatively is, again, the 2011 Collector Tin Secret Rare promos. These look fantastic. These are extremely old. This card has amazing artwork, has a really killer effect. This card got a pretty good abundance of support in, I forget the set. It's kind of an obscure set. I'm not really into the type of set, the Legendary Duelist sets, but it got a pretty heavy boost with the new support in those sets. Alright, so this is lightly played is roughly around 2-ish bones before you factor in shipping, and near mints are going to go for about 4 bones. There's 6 pages of availability here. Again, what you'll find interesting though is when you switch over to bulk prices, are these English? Nice. Trip stack. They increase. So near mints are starting market prices around 7 bones plus after you factor in the shipping, and then it goes to 10 bones for near mint, and then there's a stack of 16 here for 10 bones, and then it's pretty much gone. So this is what I wanted to explain to you guys, and this is probably something you guys have known, and there's a trend that you guys will notice in the investment community and the market value of these old secret rare promos are increasing in value, and they look great. At the time, obviously, they were worth nothing. They were mass produced. Everyone had them. Everyone bought the tins. But now, being that these are, you know, a decade plus old sets, they are very valuable in my personal opinion. I think that they will continue to go down off the market. People will buy them and they'll increase in value, and you can kind of see all the crazy trending here. Alright, now if there was an ultimate rare variant, again, of course, from the set, if you're going to have a ghost rare, in this era of Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to have 3 variants of the same card. You have to have the ghost rare, you have to have the ultra rare, and the ghost rare, the ultra rare, and then of course you have to have the very infamous ultra rare for all you, ultimate rare. Really great card. It pops in the purple coloring and the blue and the greens and all that comes really great. Again, this is just a really depixelated, trashy picture. It does not give it justice by any means. This card looks really great. Lightly played first edition ultimate rares. This is a playset right here. It's 40 bones, which is a pretty good market pricing that it is a playset. If you want near mint first edition ultimate rares, you have to go to the second page. Star market pricing is going to be 66 bones. And then there's a stack of near mint first editions for 70 bones here. So we're just going to go ahead and switch over. It's interesting that it does that. It's 4 or more. I don't know why it takes away the option for 3 or more. I really don't understand why it does that. It's kind of strange. Because there's this, it goes instantly to this 90 bone, but then it just completely disregards this near mint first edition for 70. And then I think there was a lightly played one. Did I say there's a lightly played one here? Yeah, and then there's a slightly played one for 40 bones. So interesting. A really great card. Again, I've never personally piloted photons. I know that, again, they got a lot of support, and the artwork just looks killer. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is my favorite. That's like the original OG boss monster. But a lot of them look really great. So that's just food for thought. Next is going to be infamous one and only Max C. So I talk about this a lot. The reason why I talk about this a lot, everyone's talking about it a lot. You guys have to be ready, and every once in a while, I like to, probably more than every once in a while, I like to showcase this card because I want you guys to be prepared. I want you guys to be ready. You guys need to be ready when this card comes off the list. With Max C and with the ban list, this is some white Mexican theory for you guys. It's not a matter of if a card gets unbanned, it's a matter of when a card gets unbanned. Now, regardless if this gets an errata or anything like that, this card is always going to forever be, in my personal opinion, the most infamous, powerful hand trap of all time. It's ridiculously good, has ridiculously amazing history merit, really killer artwork, and it's got some really killer rarities. Of course, we have the Astral Pack 4 Ultimate Rares, which are just like ungodly expensive. We have the Storm of Ragnarok Secret Rares, first editions exclusively, that are really great. And then really the only other one to mention would be the 2012 Super Rare Tin promos. Now, I'm going to showcase these first because, one, I'm borderline obsessed with my hand traps being super rare, because they're still hollow foil, being the super rare. I mean, they're nothing too crazy, but they look nice. They're hollow foil at super rare status. Also, if they become lightly played when you're playing your games, it's not really a big deal because they're just super rare. So I love personally having my hand traps in super rares. Like, I love super rare Ash Blossom. I love super rare Effect Veiler. I love super rare Ghost Ogre. Super rare Max C, super rare DD Crow. They look fantastic, and that's just personally how I am. I don't know about you guys, but that's just kind of a little something I'll throw out there for you guys. Again, these are 10 promos, so you don't have to worry about first editions. Lolly plays are going to be roughly around 10-ish bones. Near mints are going to be around 11. What you want to take note of is the stacks, though. This is a card that you want to buy in bulk, and everyone is anticipating this, and everyone knows that one day came someday that this card is going to come off, and it's going to be pretty legendary. There is a fat stack of 12 here, near mint, for 14 bones. So, again, it is expensive for what it is, being that it's just a super rare, but it's a very, very old super rare 10 promo, so keep that in mind. My target audience for this is 10 bones. When you can find a near mint super rare variant for 10 bones, scoop them up, as many as you can. That is like a fantastic price for this card. Of course, we have the secret rare variants. Not really sure what's going on with my internet. Did I lose internet connection? Alright, so alright, so I'm not really sure what was going on with that. I apologize. You guys kind of got gypped out of like 0.5 of a showcasing there. So the last card that I'm going to showcase for you guys is going to be Denko Seka. This is an amazing side card. I side this. I pretty much like standardize siding either this or 3 Royal Decrees. I almost always, pretty much always, side a playset of Royal Decrees in combination with my side deck. This is a fantastic card, and it's got really great artwork. You know, you have the Battles of Legends, Light's Revenge, which was Generation 1 of this set. It was the first set that we got with the updated hollow foiling, where they hollowed out the monster attribute and the level stars, and this is a transition set. A lot of really great history merit. This was the very first set in the TCG that we got this rarity update, where they did this, and where they changed around the whole manufacturing of the cardboard, which was really great. Significant history merit. These are, in my personal opinion, the best. Again, I love the Secret Hollow foiling, and this card just looks great. Killer Effect, if you guys don't know what it is, this is what it does. You can pause the video. Level 4 light, 1700. I really wish they would have made her a 19 beater. Unfortunately, it's a 17, but you know, again, the level being level 4, being light is really great in my personal opinion. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. These are first a single stack here for 2 bones for refactor and shipping for near mint first edition. And then there's a stack of 8 here, lightly played first edition, for roughly around 3 bones. There's plenty of availability, 8 pages available. Switch over some stack prices. Lightly played first edition is 3 bones. Again, for that light and for that lightly played, there's a stack of 4 here for roughly around 3 bones for near mint first edition. So plenty of availability. At a price that, like, 2 bones is kind of like the ideal price. If you can get these at bulk prices for 2 bones, that's kind of more the ideal price. Still not an amazing card for its price. I mean, you definitely want at least a playset. There is also the original ultra rares from New Challengers, the 2015 Megaton reprints. And then there's this total, just these last 2 don't exist. If you're curious, just for sake of having, even though it is ultra rare, for having the original OG prints, which I'll admit that this set, like this time frame in Yu-Gi-Oh, they actually produce cards very nice. Their quality control is really great. I love, like, the eyes just pop so well in this ultra rare variant, which is really spooky. I love this. You guys seeing what I'm seeing this kind of ghost phantom eyes? It looks pretty cool. Anyway, okay, so first editions, near mints, lightly playeds, and this is just insanely affordable. And I'm actually going to do some real evaluation here, because this is so affordable, being that it is first edition original print. I would recommend you guys even invest in this over the secret rares, just because the price differentiation is insane. It kind of levels out once you go to bulk pricing, though. You can see it goes to about almost 3 bones once you get to the stacks here for near mint first edition. An all-around just amazing card in general, though. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of my life for several years. It's one of my greatest pastimes, my greatest hobbies and passions. I really love this game. There's a lot of amazing things that go into it, and it's important to have hobbies. It's important to find things that you enjoy, that you can spend time in, you can study, learn things about, get creative, get diversified, be unique, and just do all these really great things. The world is a really crazy place. There's a lot of loneliness, depression, anxiety, fear, stress. Please be a brother, please be a sister, and remember always to respect and love each other. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.